Have you just started your save but have absolutely zip to spend on transfers this season? Well, look no further. I'm here to show you our top 5 free agents to take a look at in Football Manager 23. Ladies and gents, welcome back to the channel. Today we have our top 5 free agents in Football Manager 23. We posted this to our website a little while ago on footballmanagerblog.org, so definitely check that out for a little bit more description. But let's dive right into this. First up, we have Fabio Martens, a Portuguese attacking midfielder on the right and left, can play up and down the wing a bit, an FC Porto Academy graduate who has bounced around a bit throughout Portugal and has even dipped his toe in Saudi Arabia and the UAE. But if we want to look at his stats, you can see dribbling, agility, and flair are his strong suits, with acceleration and pace not far behind. At 28 years of age, though, he won't get much better, but definitely might be a nice option to take a look at if you're struggling for funds, even for a player off the bench. Up at number 2, we have Edgar, is it Ayi? It's an I and an E, I don't know how to pronounce it, I apologize. But most recently playing for and winning the league with Trabzonspor, he is definitely a player to take a look at. He is 28, so again, he's not going to get much better, and he does have somewhat of an injury record, but his former academies and clubs that he's played for consist of some amazing clubs in European football. You don't get there by being average. While his stats don't seem like much to look at, for a center back he does have some good physical qualities and some decent technical stats as well for his position. Marking a 14, tackling a 15 definitely are good enough to get on the bench for a lot of low to mid-level teams, and being able to play on the right also gives that little extra push of versatility. Another one that could potentially be a very useful option for some managers. Number 3, Enak Kwatang. I apologize for that pronunciation, if that's a butcher. Starting his career in Nantes in the early 20-teens, he hasn't bounced around like the previous two have, with just Nantes and Bordeaux to his name, but he also has some youth international appearances, so he has some experience under his belt. But having fallen down the pecking order, he finds himself without a club to call home at this point. If you have a system that can allow him to grow at only 25, there is still some potential he can reach. Even as a bench player, there is no reason his crossing, determination, strength, and pace of 14 can't be somewhat useful to your squad. And at number 4, again, apologies for butchering the name, we have Zakaria Labiad. Once a player that quickly became a must for most teams, he has found his way onto our free agents list. At 29, another one that won't grow very much, but still has quite a bit to offer. He still has some good numbers for a lot of teams outside of your typical top 5 or so. With quite a bit of experience having played for teams like PSV, Sporting, Fulham, and Ajax, there's definitely more that he can offer. Versatile in that he can play anywhere in the top half of the pitch, he has some very good technical numbers, even if his physicals are somewhat lacking. And finally, our last spot of the day, in at number 5, Simone Zaza. A 31-year-old Italian striker having played throughout Europe, including a brief stint in the Premier League, however mostly in Italy, Zaza can still be useful to many teams, again, pretty much outside of the top 5 zone generally. While like most on this list, his age and stats might be lacking a bit, but for a free pickup, his mentals are still in pretty good shape, and has a few other numbers scattered about that can still offer your side a bit of a pickup. If you can keep him fit and happy, which may be the problem here, he can definitely be an asset to many teams, as long as those injuries don't get in the way. So there you have it, folks, our top 5 free agents for Football Manager 23. We urge you to keep an eye on if your pockets don't run as deep as others. All these players should represent good deals if you can find a way to utilize them properly in your own system. Let us know what you think down below, or if you found any other free agents that have worked well in your own squads. For the FM blog channel, I am Sepian FM. As always, thank you so much for watching. Take care and enjoy.